Ciao Milanisti and welcome back, and big smiles this week because we are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and that's huge for many reasons. Fiscal wise, financially, what's like 71 million euros we've made so far in the Champions League this season. Hopefully we keep adding to that, get through to the semis. That'd be the dream. But no, just being humble to the fact that this was, I think, internally our target as fans at the start of the year, that if we can get to the quarters, that would be great and a massive achievement. And you know what, I'm so proud of these boys. If I take it back to the last video I made, which was quite a while ago, big issues, defensively, going into a spot of fixtures with Inter Milan, Torino, first leg against Tottenham Hotspurs. I was really worried. I don't think we were all really worried about how this team is going to bounce back, and Stefano Pioli was the right coach for us. Still question marks on a lot of things, but obviously defensively we've improved a hell of a lot. Change in formation has gone down really well. Clean sheets have been coming in, and just I think maturity as well. The Atalanta performance as well, fantastic. The best that I've seen since it's sort of changed the formation and this change of approach. The Tottenham game, the away leg, I was really worried going into it. Watched it live, sitting as a little secret supporter with the Tottenham fans. Best I could do by not being able to get a ticket with the away fans, but they were kicking on in the corner, bless them. And credit goes to whoever was in the away end with the Kurva Sud screaming the house down while the Tottenham fans were being mute. But yeah, going back to the performance, incredibly mature. Didn't overcommit, calmed the game down, slowed it down, small things, really just to kill any sort of sense of tempo from the Tottenham Hotspurs approach, even if there wasn't any to begin with. Personally, I think Stefano Pioli has outcoached Antonio Conte in 2 games. Antonio Conte in 2 games. Simple as that. Outcoached him. Both playing the same formations, but Conte's been playing it for a lot longer period of time. But Pioli still managed to outcoach him and outplay him. We should have really won that game, to be honest. That tie, aggregate 2-3-0, maybe even 4-0. They had one shot on chance, like the Harry Kane header towards the end of the second leg. Even so, 11 to the counter attack where Origi hit the post. It's like I could look at that game and be so proud of how much better we could have done if with a bit more clinical finishing, where we've actually kept their attack quiet of how well our unit of not just the defence, not just the keeper being back as well, collectively this side has done so well on really addressing what the problems were. Very mature performance overall. The way we were controlling the tempo, really killing any sort of speed, even if like Spurs wanted to build up any sort of kick on some speed and aggressiveness and pressing us on, like we just killed it completely. We were like, no, we're going to own possession. We're going to slow things down. If we get fouled, yeah, we're going to take an extra minute to sort of get back up, because we are not going to let you build up steam. So smart. Such a smart thing to do. And I think you just can't ignore that from a mature perspective, because I think we've seen ourselves in the past be a bit too naive on trying to, okay, let's get this goal. Let's get the goal as quick as fast as possible. Let's get the game going straight away. It's not how you should play it from a mature approach. And we were playing against a lot of players that night, on Wednesday night against Spurs, who have been in that moment many times before, who have played in the Champions League final. So a lot of our players have barely even been in the competition. Malik Chow, second ever game in the Champions League. So big mature approach in that regard. The players I feel like that stand out the most to me from this formation change, Theo Hernandez, huge impact. Got Romero sent off. He's been involved in many goals so far. That attacking freedom to go up the pitch and come back, and know he's got the defensive protection as well. Huge, and he sort of runs into the midfield. He's probably been the biggest element to how I see a player benefiting in attack-wise. Brahim Diaz, and I know a lot of people don't like him, and I know people think, and I agree, he needs to release the ball a bit much more sooner. He needs to work on his shooting, all those aspects. But fuck me, the guy is like a little wasp in midfield. He's a pain in the arse for the other team. And if you look at the way we were playing, both same formations, why did we do much more better than them? Why were we much more compact than Tottenham Hotspurs? Because he came back and made that 3-4-3 into a 3-5-2. He came back and helped that midfield out, cut down the passing lanes, tenacious, pressing, aggressive. That is what Diaz adds. He's there to ruin shit. He's there to ruin things up and basically stop you building anything up from the midfield. You ain't coming for us through the middle, because I'm here to protect Tonali and Krunic and this defence as well. You'll get through all of us. And it gives Rafa the freedom to stay up there with Giroud. So you need to give a bit more respect to what Diaz actually adds to this side, in my opinion. Obviously that backline, incredible. Doing the simple things right. Kalulu, Tomori, pressing, aggressive, fast, covering the spaces, everything like that. Chow is just a beast. The kid is a beast. Like height, the way he was just cutting through Kane like nothing. He was like, I don't give a damn if you're one of the best strikers in the world. I'm still going to press onto you like it's nothing, like you're no one. 21 years old this kid is. Like, second ever game in the Champions League, and he's that mature. Even when we're in possession, not panicking. Mignon's there, give it to me, I'll redistribute against the back line. They're going to have to work if they want to get the ball back off us. Things like that, man, just such incredible. And having Mignon back as well is great. From not just from a passing perspective, the calmness, how he commands his defence, how he commands the team. Set pieces collecting, obviously the save against Kane towards the end of the game. Massive moments, and obviously just great having him back. And that's probably a reason why I feel, in my opinion, that, you know, obviously like why we were able to get through. But there were many layers to it. The one player, and this is kind of, I guess, the concept of this video, and I feel like is suffering the most from this formation. And ain't Rafa Leao. I think Rafa Leao has been there. He's still learning, I guess, his position in this side in regards to not just being a left winger anymore. He needs to find where he fits in that middle of the park thing. But he does offer an outlet, to in a sense. The one player who doesn't is Olivier Giroud. Watching that game was tough the other night. The knockdowns, the passes. Obviously, we know he's not going to offer much from a speed perspective. Yeah, I don't know. He tries his best, but I think in this formation, it doesn't allow him to get the best out of it. I think you have to do a lot to cover for his you know, the age and the deficiencies of speed. And I do feel like that I would love to renew him, keep him here. There's 100% a place for him here, because he's been huge to what's allowed us to be where we're at right now. Without him, we wouldn't have won the league last year. Big goals this season as well. But I do think if we're going to kick on, and this is what my point, the most important signing that we can make this summer, let's get a centre forward. Let's get a centre forward who is obviously younger, much more mobile, can help Rafa with these counter-attacks, make us much more of a dangerous side in transition, much more clinical. And obviously there's that conversation of getting like 20 goals a season. We need to get that centre forward in. I don't care where it's from or how much it costs. That is it for us, for me, to really kick us onto the next level. And yes, there's some depth pieces that need to come in midfield, the wing-back spots, maybe a few more pieces in defence as well. There's like rotation options if Kaya goes or Gabio gets sold. Yeah, we need to fix out the rest, you know, plug the rest of the holes. But the biggest thing for me is that centre forwards position. But yeah, huge. But anyway, guys, that was kind of it over round. Obviously, going to bring it back to Pioli as well. Great that he's been able to stabilise his side, especially defensively. Outcoach Conte over 2 legs. Easily just outcoached him. And just, yeah, I think credit needs to go. I mean, it's in the back of my mind, there's still question marks if he's the coach for us. I still love Stefano Pioli. I still feel like I will never forget what he added to this, you know, what he has provided to this side since he's joined. And that brings that back to, 2019 against Atalanta. That moment there, which was fucking rock bottom. And he's been able to build us out of that period from post Gianpaolo. Yeah, just huge. But there's you know, I think there's going to be a sense of alignment of where this team is at to where kind of, I guess, like how far he can take us. And yeah, he's gotten us out of this sticky spell, but there are still question marks over him. But there's also question marks on the ownership. There's question marks over management on building this squad. But for me right now, we're just, you know, we're getting things back to stability, but we need to kick on a bit more in the league. We need to get more, obviously get more performances on, get more 3 points on the board, really establish ourselves in this top 4 race, because Roma aren't slowing down, Lazio ain't slowing down, Inter are a bit sticky. In fact, you know, Juventus, I'll never trust them, who they might be able to get out of this bloody appeal with a minus 15 points. We need to do more to find ourselves in the position come the end of the season. We're there, we're established, there's no worry about potentially getting a top 4 finish. And then obviously we can dream, we can continue to dream in the Champions League. And even if that means potentially getting to the semis, if we can somehow get through, I believe in this squad, we can gain a lot from that. Not just financially, but the players and the maturity and the appeal of this side around the world, around Europe. Really represents Milan in the best approach. But just, yeah, just really proud of the performance the other night. It was one of them ones where, like, yeah, I would love to see us win that game, but at the same time, seeing us just go there, get the job done, not having to worry. It felt so weird just sitting there, just sort of thinking, like, I'm not really worried about this game. Not like on the edge of my seat thinking, oh my God, Tottenham are going to score anytime, we're under the cosh, anything like that. We were so calm. And yeah, it was just nice, really nice feeling. And yeah, met a lot of lovely people despite not being with the Milan supporters. Met a lot of lovely people in the coming days around that. After that, met some guys from America, but born in Bulgaria in the Puma store. So yeah, just yeah, lovely people, lovely experience. So really enjoying my time right now. But let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, guys. Until next time, Forza Milan.